There is a psychological cycle where feeling like a victim of circumstance reinforces the very walls that keep us stuck. By focusing on what we lack, we unintentionally strengthen the barriers of our own situation. To see how this cycle breaks, consider the case of a tiny bird stranded in a scorching desert. She was severely ill, her feathers were gone, and too weak to walk or fly. She had no home, no seeds to eat, and not a single drop of water. She lay on the burning sand, paralyzed by her condition, waiting for her life to end. Her physical destitution was absolute. With no resources and no ability to move, she existed in a total vacuum of power, seemingly entirely at the mercy of her environment. One day, a white dove flew over the sand. The little bird stopped him and, learning he was on his way to meet God, asked for a favor. She begged the dove to ask when her destiny would finally change and her suffering end. The dove reached heaven and presented the bird's case to an angel, describing the desperate state of the creature trapped in the desert. The angel consulted the Book of Destiny and found a clear, heavy answer. The bird was meant to suffer for 10 more years. The bird was already on the verge of death. Logically, surviving another decade in those conditions was impossible, making her fate appear as a mathematical certainty of ruin. The dove, moved by the bird's plight, asked the angel if there was any way to change what was written, a specific action that could alter the timeline. The angel offered a simple instruction. To shift her path, the bird had to stop complaining about her fate. Not a single word of grievance could escape her. Instead of cataloging her pain, she had to actively scan her environment for reasons why she was better off than others and express gratitude for those specific things. The solution required no immediate change to the heat, the sand, or her lack of feathers. It relied entirely on a change in her internal perspective. When the dove returned with the message, the bird made an immediate choice. She decided she would no longer curse her reality. When she felt the sting of the hot sand against her skin, she didn't cry. She thanked God that she still had breath, knowing that many other creatures had already succumbed to the heat. When her thirst became overwhelming, she offered thanks that she still had enough life in her to hope for a drop of water. Even in her physical weakness, she expressed thanks for being safe from the predators that hunt birds in the open desert. As her mind grew lighter, her body began to follow. Silky feathers started to grow back. Dark clouds gathered over the dry desert, and a heavy rain began to fall, forming a pond where there was once only dust. By sustaining this internal shift, the bird reached a state where the external environment finally began to reflect her new focus on abundance rather than lack. Exactly 10 days later, the dove returned to the desert. The barren sand was gone, replaced by a lush green oasis. The bird was no longer dying. She was healthy, strong, and flying through the clear sky. The dove rushed back to the angel, confused by the timing. He asked how 10 years of destined suffering could have been resolved in just 10 days. The bird hadn't just survived her fate, she had bypassed the timeline entirely, proving that destiny can be an adjustable equation. Her consistent gratitude dissolved her karmic burden. Changing her view compressed 10 years of struggle into 10 days. Complaining adds heavy friction to every day. Expressing thanks removes it, creating lightness for faster movement through life's challenges. We often spend our energy counting our shortcomings, unaware that our baseline reality is often a distant dream for millions of others. Counting your blessings is a mechanical shift in how you process the world. It is the specific tool used to rewrite a seemingly fixed path and alter your own destiny.